Hi, my name is Farida. I'm a writer, and yesterday, for the first time in 10 years, I published my new book. It wasn't because I haven't been writing all these years. I have been writing a lot, and I have completed a number of books. But the problem was that I could not find an agent or a publisher for them, which is fine. Nowadays, there are different ways that you can publish your books. So I decided to self-publish just because I thought that, it's better to have my books out than, not to have them out at all. Well, it's not ideal, of course, and this is definitely not what I've been dreaming about. However, writing is writing. Writing is something that I do, and writing is something that I can't not do. So I will be writing whether anyone is going to read my books or not, and that's a fact. I have, embraced the fact that I'm probably writing the kind of books that will never attract an agent or a publisher, and that's also fine. Well, what is not fine is that when you self-publish, when you don't have an agent to cheer you on, when you don't have a publisher to promote your work, or when you don't even have, like half a dozen book bloggers who champion your book, it's very, very hard to, spread the word and to share it. And the hardest part of writing, which is not part of writing when you come to think of it, but the hardest part for me is to find the reader. Like, how do you find the reader? And sure, there are a lot of different, people who give you a lot of advice on how to promote your book. And that's all well and fine, but they don't really work all that much. I mean, let's look. So yeah, I'm what you call a struggling writer. And right now I'm struggling mostly with the fact that I can't find the readers. I mean, the question that I always ask, like, how do you find the readers, or how do they find you? Because there are so many books, like you can't believe, yes. And some of them have a lot of publicity, and they're out there, and people spread the word about them. People write about them. And some books, I feel, like without an agent or a publisher or even a few book blogger friends, I feel that my book is like an orphan. And I'm honestly, I've been doing everything that I could the week before the publication, but it's not enough because my book is like a drop in the ocean. And I've been reading some advice. This is not new. In fact, the advice that I come across is very, very obvious. And it is also very, very not helpful, at least not to me. Like, create a compelling cover. Great. I think I have created a not me personally. I asked an illustrator to create a book cover for me. And I think that it's pretty awesome. Yeah, so we do have a compelling cover. That's all very great. Edit and proofread your book well. Well, that's also hopefully check, because I've been doing that a lot. Write a compelling description of your book. Well, here where the things I think get a little bit tricky, because it's so very subjective. Like, sometimes I read blurbs at the back of the covers and I get bored just reading them. Some of them are just very, very confusing, and some of them are too short. And honestly, when I choose a book to read, I actually, not a word of a lie, I never actually read the description. Yeah, it's actually the cover and the title that attract me, and that, it can be a trap. And I've been deceived a number of times, but trying reading blurbs or descriptions, they also, they're kind of misleading. I don't know. I don't trust them. And this is not something that I pay attention to. Yeah, so I look at the cover, I look at the title, and then I look at the first page and maybe in the middle of the book, and maybe some more pages. So if there is a free sample, I read it, and if it's something that, I feel interested in, then I download it or I buy it. So, yeah. But anyway, I find my description compelling. Well, maybe someone else will find it compelling as well. Now, introduce yourself to your readers. Well, great. Where do I get readers? What if I'm a first-time author or an author who is, I don't have a lot of online friends. I do have some writer friends, and they have been very, very generous with, sharing my promo stuff and things like that. But I don't have a lot of friends online. And I certainly don't have readers because the last book that I published came out in 2011. I mean, that was a very long time ago. So introduce yourself to your readers. Like, what readers? How are you gonna have any readers if it's your first book? First book ever, first book in 10 years, it doesn't matter. You don't have readers. Where do you get the readers? I mean, this is the question that's bugging me. And I'm getting pretty frustrated about it because where do I get them? Is there a special place where there are a lot of readers and you can introduce yourself to them? Well, I've completed my author profile. I uploaded my picture and my biography and things like that, but no one knows me, yes, which means that I don't have readers. So how do I get to them? How do I get to that point where I have readers? I mean, promote your book online. That's another good one. Yeah, a really good one. Connect with potential readers for free over social networks. And I have to tell you that that's exactly what I've been doing. I've been using all social networking platforms that I have. And yeah, here they list things like Facebook and Twitter. Facebook, check. Twitter, check. Instagram, check. Blog, check. But I even used, I even have a promo going and people press likes and things like that. But does that translate to readers? I don't think so. Well, I haven't seen the effect of that. I mean, I've written stuff on my blog, and it's not like I have a new blog. The blog have been around for ages because I've been writing for ages. Just because I haven't been publishing any book in the last 10 years doesn't mean that I haven't been writing. I have been writing, and I have been, writing on my blog as well. But there's that. I don't have a lot of followers, and I don't have readers. So once again, I've been promoting myself. Some of my friends have been helping me out promoting myself as well. But you see, that doesn't translate to readers. And that's, so all these all these types of advice, I don't find them useful at all. And it's just, I'm doing everything that I can. I don't have a lot of resources, but I've got, a compelling book cover. This is just a printed version that I did specifically for the video. I've got a compelling description, and I think I've got a very, very good book. At the very least, this is the kind of book that I would read if I were a reader, and that's why I wrote it. That's why I wrote it in this way. And I hope that, maybe someone will find it. Maybe someone will look at the cover and like it. And maybe they will read free sample. And they will think that, okay, I want to give it a try. And maybe then they will read it. They will buy it and read it and maybe even write a review. And maybe gradually it will, it will attract a few other people. But right now, I don't know. It's just such a mystery to me. So what they call a struggling writer. And right now I'm struggling with the question of where do I get readers for my book? How do I make them see my book? I mean, sure, I've been doing promo stuff and I've been spreading the word around. I gotta say that people on Twitter have not been very helpful, like at all, which is a little bit disappointing because whenever I see something that I find interesting, I like and retweet, but I haven't been getting the same kind of support from them from writing community. Yeah, hashtag writing community. No, I have not been receiving any support from them. I'm a little bit disappointed, but then again, like I said, I don't really know them, and for me, getting to know someone, it doesn't mean, like follow back and then retweet everything that they post. I prefer conversation. Yeah. So anyway, this is my first video. There probably will be more because there's a lot of things that, that bug or puzzle me. And this is certainly not the last book that I'm publishing, well, self-publishing. Like I said, I'm a kind of writer who is writing because this is something that I can't live without. I love creating stories. I love creating characters. Not so much creating as getting to know them. So maybe this is something that I will talk about next time. So I'm pretty sure that no one is gonna see it or watch it. But anyway, if you have listened to my ramblings and if you have any answers to my questions, please write them in the comments. So thank you very much and goodbye.